Welcome to Sanmoon. Today we are going to see about the methods actually, how the methods will return and how to catch the return value from the method and how can use them actually, okay, in Angular. As we know, we are actually using my component for the example over here. My component in this project, we have 4 files and HTML, CSS and TS file currently we are using, and currently one method is already there which is call method, and that method we are already using and we bind it already in the button for the click key event. Okay, now we can just observe how we can send the return type from the method. So for that I'm going to use the same example, which I'm going to remove all the arguments from here, and let us concentrate only on the return type for now. And we have a console.log as of now. Since I've been removed all the arguments, you don't need to send any arguments. So let's clear all the things and let's save this. And currently there is no return type for this particular method, but this method we are calling so that the method will actually send the message to the console, so that in the console this will be shown. Let us check this first. So this is the application. Let us open the developer tool, because console will always show the message in the developer tools console. So let me click on the method so that the methods will be produced at the consoles, like call method executed and also example method also executed. And you can able to refer the line numbers of the consoles also over here. That will be very helpful where exactly this output is produced. Now let's talk about the return type. Return type is nothing but for a method. The return type is the termination of the program. That is the first and foremost thing we need to understand. That means what? If you just mention return, so this return is still valid without having any value. Return is the keyword, and return can be used inside a method, anywhere in the method. But what is the return is? Return is nothing but it will be terminate the execution of the method. That means if any statements available after this return, it won't be able to execute. That is what you need to understand. Let's put one more statement over here, like additional statement, something like that. Any number of statements will be there after the return. Then all the statements are not going to execute, because return value, once return keyword is executed, then it will be termination. So I'm saving it, and if you see there is a return here, and I just kept the semicolon here, and you see the other statements here. One more statement, console dot additional statement is there. Let's observe whether it is executed or not. You see that it's not executed, only args example method is executed. Now come back and remove the return statement over here, and I'm saving it again. Let me go and check in the browser. I'm just clicking on the button. You see that call method executed, args example method is executed, additional statement is also executed. That means what is the thing here? The return statement is the termination of the method. From the return statement, no other statement will be executed, because the return statement stops the execution of all other things and it will terminate the method execution. That is the first and foremost thing we can understand. Now in the return, how to send a value and where it will go. I can send a value. I can only send one value to the return statement. That means it can be a one number or one string or one array or one anything, one object, anything. Only single value can be able to return. Okay, if I return the value, where does the return value? Currently I'm just putting the return value as 10. This return value, where it will go? It will go to the caller. In this case, who is the caller? Call method is the caller. Here I am calling that method. So whomever is calling the method, for them the return value will go. That means what? I'm saving it. If you see there, the return value 10 will go there, but it is not mandatory that you need to capture it. Let me execute that and see. There is no difference over there, because the return value is not mandatory to catch. If you wanted to hold the return value, then how you need to do? You need to create one constant result is equal to, like that, and then you can able to use that return value, then you will able to get the return value in the result. That means what? When any method is having the return value, when you are calling that method, then you have to call like this. To capture the return value, you need to create one variable is equal to and the method you need to call, so that whatever the method will return, that will be send it to the and hold it to the result constant. This result can be any name like R or whatever you wanted to create. That's up to the developer, and you can observe that in the console, so that you can able to check that the return value captured. Let me check that now. Okay, so if you see there the 10 values, you can able to see this is the return actually, and this is how we can able to hold the return. So this particular return can be a value, direct value, or it can be a calculated value, or it can be a variable, whatever it is. So for now I'll just put 10 is return 10 into 20. So the return value will be, always return value will go to the result, and it is going to show there the result, and the result will be 200 like that. And you can able to have the variable. For example, I'm going to create one variable, constant a is equal to 10, constant b is equal to 20. Two temporary variables have been created, and then a plus b I'm returning. So what is happening there? Let me delete the additional statement, since anyway it's not going to execute. Now you see that the return value a plus b, the a plus b will be the calculated value from the other variables, and that will be the result. Now the result will be displayed. Let me see that. This is the 30. So that is what you need to understand there. The return value will be the any value. It can be any value. It can be a direct value, or it can be a variable, or it can be a calculated value. Anything can be able to actually return. And this is how we can capture the return in the method. And the same way you can able to do, and the return value can be able to use it, and that means what, in the interpolation also you can able to call this method, so that the interpolation, whatever the return value will be there, that will be shown in the HTML. Let me go to the HTML and let me show you the interpolation. The interpolation I can able to, this is how the interpolation I told you already in the previous sessions. If you wanted to know about more about the interpolation, please check the previous videos. Have been explained what is interpolation and how we can use it and all. In that, one of them is we can call the method. The method should have a return type. So this method is having the return type. So I'm calling that particular method in the HTML, and if you call that method, whatever the method will return, that will be displayed in the interpolation. So this is how we can able to see. Did you see that interpolation directly displayed? Because we are already calling on the load, so you don't have to wait for the click event. It's already called, and whatever returns, it will be shown in the interpolation. So this is how we can able to use the return type of a method. A method can have arguments and return both, and this is the only way we can able to capture. This is the most important thing. What you need to understand is how to get the return value, how to capture the return value and use it. So I'm stopping the session here, and we'll continue the other sessions, and there are a lot more things we need to discuss about the Angular. As of now, the Angular basics and components, inside component, the methods and things are completed. Now we will continue with the other sessions like constructors and services point of view. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching the video. If you like this session, please comment and share this video. If you don't want to miss my upcoming videos, please subscribe the channel.